Welcome to the P2E-Cast, sponsored by PlayToEarn.net. I'm CopperPitch. Joining me is K Street. We're here to talk about all of the new events, what's going on in the world of Play to Earn. K Street, how you doing? What's
I'm
going
doing
on?
good, doing good. Lots of stuff going on this week. Looking forward to talking about it.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of current events happening. So let's dig in. Also, I did a bunch of stuff in this space in the past week. I don't know what you got yourself up to, but I know one thing that people in the comments last time, you guys can let us know what you guys want us to dive into in the future episodes. But one thing people were asking about was talk about big time. And so I looked into it, tried to get myself a pass. Turns out that tomorrow, actually, the 14th of July, actually, when this goes up, when this goes live, the Movie Pass will be on sale. There's going to be a ton of them. I think there's going to be 16,000. So there should be a lot more than there are players currently. So they should be fairly cheap. The Jade Pass is like 0.05 ETH. So the Ruby Pass should be less than that by at least half, is my guess. And once you have that NFT, you'll be able to play big time, which means K Street and I will finally be able to dive in.
That's our price point, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I
I'm
mean,
looking
we
I'm
both
looking
took a
forward to
look
that
at the
one.
game, though. It's
Yeah,
solid. It looks like a AAA quality game.
it does.
Um, it's got the archetypes that I love, the medics, the heavies, all the Team Fortress 2 stuff that I like. So, I mean, it's definitely got promise. I'm excited to try to get into it. It's just the Jade Pass, the silver and the gold were wildly expensive. But yeah, if some rubies come out and the price is right, then yeah, we're gonna jump in.
Yeah, for sure. I watched a number of streams of people playing big time, and it seems like the idea is basically you can earn skins. So I don't think any of I don't think like the swords and
Mm.
shields like with the stats are going to be NFTs, but I think effectively the skins are going to be NFTs. So you can unlock different, I think even skins for the swords and shields, but not actual like my sword's bigger. Now it costs more money. I think it just this sword looks cooler. So
I
I
mean,
believe
people have
that's
been
how it
saying
works.
like just make Fortnite with NFT skins, right? Like how can this be hard? So
Right.
I'm glad to see someone doing it. The whole pay to win is out the window. We know that kids and sometimes grown-ups also like to drop a little money on some skins, and um, I'd love to be able to own them and sell them back someday.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I mean, people not in the play to earn space are definitely scared of it's just going to be pay to win, pay to win. But if it's just cosmetics that you're earning, then it literally can't be pay to win. It's just pay to look beautiful.
Yep. So, I mean, we'll definitely follow the game big time. Looks cool. We haven't played it yet, so we can't go really deep into it yet. But when we get our hands on it and really run through it and have some opinions, we'll definitely be back. But thanks for leaving that like in the comments. If anybody else has a game that we need to cover, please do the same. We'll at least check it out, unless it's like $1,000 to get in, and then we won't. But yeah,
If you need $1,000 NFT to get in and try it out, I'll leave my ETH address in the description below. You guys can send me a copy of the $1,000 NFT to get in, and I'll try
Copper
it. I
Pitch
promise.
scammer confirmed.
Now, there is another beta that we both got into that I'm super excited about, and I just got in today, and so we're not going to talk too deeply about it this week, but I think next week we're going to try and do a deep dive, and I'll probably also make a YouTube video about it with some gameplay and stuff. But
And
we
what's the name of this beta?
we got into the Guild of Guardians surprise beta that they're doing, and I only got to play for maybe about 20 minutes today, and it was fun. Like it was just a lot of fun. It was a load of fun. Did you
So
get
what
your
you're
hands
telling
on
me
it
is
yet?
I'm probably on a higher level than you right now because
Yeah.
I really should have been working today, but I spent more than 20 minutes just trying to grind and see. I
Nice.
love a lot of the updates. So the big one
I
that
didn't get
stood
to do
out,
the old one.
in the new one. So the old beta I played, there was some. I mean, to be expected, there was some clunkiness, particularly around the ultimate abilities. So, for instance, trying to like line up your ult was kind of hard, but now there's this really nice dial. It slows down the gameplay while you get everything situated. And then maximum effect, blast all the baddies, they explode, and you get loot. It feels great. Um, there's also some things to improve. They're doing it for a reason. They've got really nice feedback forms and stuff. So just some controls and things like that. But so far, inventory management is way better. Anyone who played it last time. But yeah, it's a fun game, and Copper Pitch, peer pressure, man, you got me. So I went ahead and bought in, got my full roster, got my 4 heroes. I went all
Nice.
Empire. They just
Okay.
seemed like kind of beefy bruisers to me. We literally know nothing about the heroes. So your horde might be better. But I went in, I got a pet, and I got an energy token, and I got my 4 heroes. So I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, so the only thing I would say is if you're thinking about getting in, I don't think you really need heroes. I mean, just from playing for like a few minutes, I was able to unlock a hero within the game. It's not an NFT, but I think you can just unlock heroes as you go. But I would say the one thing you probably want to pick up, and this is not financial advice, but
Never is.
they're relatively speaking cheap right now, is energy tokens. If you're planning on playing for a long time each day, I did notice that just from playing for like, I mean, it might have only been even 10 minutes, or I don't remember how long I got to actually get my hands on it so far, but I noticed my energy bar like draining. And I'm thinking the whole time, like, man, if I could link my account with the energy token, I believe you get twice as much energy.
I think that's
Uh,
right.
yeah. So
Yeah, so I
if
mean,
that's
like you
correct,
said, this is day one for us. We're gonna play it
yeah,
some more. We're gonna test
yeah,
it out. Get to like right now, we're in the intro levels where you just auto click your way through it and everything dies around you, which is fun. But we'll see how the
yeah,
challenge goes, and we'll report back.
yeah, for sure. What else was there this week? We got the Steppen that I've been doing Steppen every single day. I haven't missed a day still. I did a YouTube video about it a little while ago, a few weeks back, and it's been like one of the most popular videos that I've done in a while. People love Steppen. People want to know what's up with Steppen. In fact, on playtoearn.net, it shows like it ranks games by social score, and it's like one of the top 3 things that people are searching for and talking about is Steppen. I'm still doing it. It's still kind of like, I wouldn't say tanking in price anymore, but it's kind of stabilized at a very low price. I'm just giving you the heads up that who knows, could go down, could go up. There's none of this is financial advice ever, ever.
So it
Never
might
take
be
advice
time for
from any of
vultures
these
like me to
people.
finally get in here on this thing.
Yeah, so here's what they're doing is they pledged that they would use like 5%, I believe, of their profits from Q1 to buy back GMT and shoes. So basically, the token price was like kind of a little bit unstable, especially GST has been kind of plummeting from where it was a month or 2 or 3 ago. And so they're going to use like $5 to $6 million to buy GMT, which is one of the 2 tokens that they have, and to apparently just buy shoes. So, I mean, if you're just listing shoes at floor, they might be the ones buying them and then burning them. So it's an interesting thing to see a company do. Is literally, it's almost like a stock program where it's like stock. These big corporations buy back their stock and make the price go up. So it'll be interesting to see if it works. If it does work, does that mean it's sustainable, or does that just kind of put a little band-aid on things for the time being? They did put out some other updates with like other syncs for the tokens. So like there's like they added HP to your shoe and stuff now. So there's a few more syncs to get rid of tokens, and that also might make it less profitable. And some people are mad about that. I don't know what the formula is yet. I don't think they announced it to say like this is exactly how much you're going to have to burn in order to keep your shoe alive. But uh, I'm excited because they're definitely still cranking out updates, and I'm still loving it. So
And I mean, we're on Discord chatting back and forth, and you're every day like, oh, hey, I got to go walk. And that's good for you, right? So,
yeah,
I don't
I
know what
just
the
got back
current
from
shoe price is, if it's $40 or $60, but I mean, were you walking before stepping every day?
I was walking probably like 3 times a week, maybe. Yeah, probably like 3 times a week. And now I literally have not missed a single day in like almost 2 months.
Money is
So
a good incentive, man.
it really is. And like, it's just fun because you get to level up your shoe and you get to what, and like, yeah, Maybe I'm losing a little bit of money. Maybe I'm losing a lot of money. I'm not sure yet. Um, hopefully the app still stays around for years to come. But even if like I lost a couple $100, like I saw someone comment this like I think the other day in my YouTube comments was like, even if I'm losing a couple $100, if in a year I've walked every single day, like the couple $100 will have paid for itself in the fact that I'm much healthier.
I
So
spend
I'm still
150
loving
bucks
it.
every 6 months on Hoka's, their running shoes.
Mm,
Um, I mean, they're real shoes, but they do also wear out. They have
mm.
HP, I guess you could say. So I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it. It's good for you.
Yeah, I just got back from a 2.2 kilometer walk. I have no idea how long that is.
I was just gonna say, and what's that for us,
for, for
Americans?
Americans, Steppen still has not added miles. I guess everyone's gonna have to convert to the non-imperial system, the metric system. Is that what they use? We
Yep.
use the imperial system. I don't know. I believe it's 1.6 miles is 1 kilometer, or 1.6 kilometers is 1 mile.
We
So
need
I
a
think I
fact
walked
check, but
a
I'll
mile and
be
a half.
impressed if that's right.
I think it was like 45 miles. I did it in three hours.
That
So
sounds right.
it's
I think that
very
sounds
fast.
right. So while
What else
you
is going
were
on this week?
walking all week
Yeah.
and being, super active and healthy, I was throwing all of my spare time into the Vi Worlds builder event. That's actually probably what I did the most. We touched on GOG, we touched on a few things, but that was my big investment this week. They're doing the competition where it's basically 500 IMX for first place, 250 for second. Um, and it's a lot of fun. It's for shooter mode, right? So now instead of just like a racetrack, you're building an arena. I'd say I'd probably finished first rough cut, first draft of my final map today.
Thanks.
Um, it's been fun in Discord, just seeing other people's maps and giving them feedback. I've really enjoyed even just making them, but the best is when you get to see everyone play in it and maybe they find exploits or maybe they just kill you in your own map or beat you at your own race, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. How much did you get for second place?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little fuzzy. Maybe you could remind us.
Oh, I got 250 IMX for coming in second place. It was pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
Oh man, yeah. I still need to build my map. I did open up the link and started to build, and literally immediately got pulled into real world work.
Don't you hate it?
So I didn't get to actually build a single thing, but I did open it, and I do plan on submitting a map. So watch out.
I'm gonna give you a run for your money this time because the difference this time is I actually read the rules. So these maps are going to be newbie friendly and not the crazy stuff that I put together from last time. So we'll
Yeah,
see how it
your map
goes.
last time, you let me play it in advance, and I was like, "This is a crazy map," but I didn't want to be like, "I don't think you read the rules, bro."
I, see, I appreciate you saving my feelings. However, you knew that if you shut me down and didn't tell me, like, hey, it needs to be newbie friendly, now you secured 250 IMX. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right.
What else? You know what? We don't. You know what else happened this week?
I
I
mean,
accepted the
no,
role.
no, I don't think anything else really of note happened. I think that was kind of it, really.
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on.
No, no, of course. The big news. Tell them your big news.
It's true. There was some big news. I was accepted onto the or offered a seat on the Council of Mortals. We talked about it last week's podcast. You guys can check that out. If you missed it, we did a deep dive into the council and what it all means, what it all might mean. But yeah, I have officially accepted a spot now. The most of the official spots have been posted except for the arena seats. So we still don't know exactly 100% who got the automatic bids. And currently there's voting going on. And I think from the time this podcast drops, you guys will still have, I believe, at least 24 hours to vote in the Gods Unchained Discord if you are so inclined. There's a lot of good people. There are 7 seats up for grabs, and there's not too many people. I actually don't like that they made it so few. Like there's like 4 seats of the favored and only like I don't know, I didn't count, but maybe 10 people vying for those 4 seats. And so yeah, it's gonna be, and then like there's one that there's 1 seat available with 4 people vying for it. And and I forget the other one is, but there's very limited choices and a lot and quote unquote a lot of seats compared to how many people are being voted in here. So
Yeah,
every
it's
vote
also a
does
little
count.
awkward. The voting's public. Like,
Yeah.
hey, why didn't you vote for me? I'll vote for you next time. I like
And
you.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, I felt really weird voting for people and not voting for other people. Like,
Yeah.
everyone who is nominated legitimately deserves to be there. Like, there's not a single person. And I looked through the list, and yeah, there's not a single person that if they make it on the council, I'll be like, how did they make? Like, no, everyone definitely deserves to be
Yeah.
there.
And I mean, this
I
is
just had to
approval
vote.
voting where
Yeah,
you click the emotes. So if you vote for everyone, it's the same as not voting. So you have to make some tough choices. So, but
exactly,
remember they
exactly,
rotate. Maybe you'll get my vote next time. So,
exactly. So, yes, nobody at me for not voting for you. Don't at me, bro. All
all
right, K
right.
Street. What is this week's deep dive?
So this week we're going to tackle Blocklords. It is a new game coming to IMX. It's quite a ways away. You're talking pre-alpha, like an early release or like an early testing release, sometime in 2020. I'm sorry, 2022, with the full release currently planned for 2023.
So
I Go
I
ahead.
would say, why are we talking about it now if it's not coming out for a little while? But I will say that there was so many people, so many posting in my Discord about this game when they released some of their mechanics that I will let you talk about. But there was some very interesting mechanics that I saw right off the bat that not only did it catch my eye, it caught everyone's eye, and they were all like, "Whoa, did you see this? This sounds really cool."
Absolutely. And, the Blocklords marketing team knew what they were doing. They built hype. They're releasing a free hero if you just pre register and connect your wallet, right? Like that's kind of the impetus for why we're talking about it. And I think what stirred up all the Discord buzz, which makes sense. Um, but yeah, so real quick, just to cover the free hero, all you have to do is log in. You connect your hot wallet, MetaMask or whatever, claim the hero. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. You don't pay anything. So obviously all the normal like safety rules. Don't connect the wallet that has your life savings in it, like all that
What?
good safety stuff. But if you've got a burner wallet and you just want to connect and get it, there's almost no risk to it. So um, you know feel free to do it. Both Copper and I have done it. But all right, so mechanics. So we don't entirely know how the game is going to interact. Like, what are you actually going to be able to do? Is it 3D? Is it point and click? I'm not sure yet. We've seen some really cool images online, some really nice art. But the basic idea is everyone starts off as a farmer. They've described the farming phase as like a farmville. Not surprisingly, you harvest wheat, you grow corn, you grow crops, you reinvest into your farm. And this is supposed to be also, they said this is good for casual gamers. Like, if all you ever wanted to do is be a farmer, you can be a farmer. Then you,
You're
but if you want,
burying the lead here, though.
oh,
I
well,
think
tell me the lead.
the thing that I think actually stirred up all the buzz was not the free hero. The thing that I think stirred up all the buzz was this mechanic about your NFTs dying.
Yeah. So all right. You're right. I am bearing the lead a little bit, but I was going to get there by saying you can rise the ranks, but
Okay.
then you die.
I just didn't want people to get bored about farming game and be like,
That's
oh,
true. Yep.
corn.
So
This sounds terrible.
once you collect enough resources, you become a knight or a raider, and now you
Yeah, that's
start to
cool.
raid all those boring Farmville players. And so if you're a knight, that means like a lord is paying you to protect his farmers, and if you're a raider, you're the one attacking. You're trying to loot all their resources, and then of course, if you're very successful as a knight or a raider, then you get to become a lord, and ultimately they say that you'll be able to become a king. So a lord with lords underneath him, right? So you do all of this work. You start from a humble peasant. You rise the ranks. You have this. Your character is your NFT. You become a king, and he hits 55 or 60 or whatever it's going to be, and he dies of old age.
Brutal.
However, the interesting mechanic here is that hopefully, at some point before that happens, you have had a child or a couple, and these are also NFTs. So the thing that I think is really great about Blocklords is the team has some experience and they sidestep the whole problem of like every bushel of wheat, every weapon being an NFT and requiring on-chain transactions. That's not how this works. Everything, all the blockchain is focused in your avatar, your hero, um, and so that means the rest of the game is going to be very smooth. But there is, I guess you could call it breeding from Axie or whatever, but uh, you and other people's NFTs will combine and have kids. Those become your heirs. They inherit traits from your parents. Um, I think it's an interesting mechanic. I think it's gonna. I mean, tell me what you think, Copper, but I think it's gonna put off a lot of people to think that their NFT just becomes useless. Like even outside the game, you age and die. So it's got some drawbacks, but kind of what do you think?
Yeah, I think I need to know a little bit more about exactly how the aging thing works and like you said, it ages outside of the game, so even if you're not playing with it, your NFT dies. Is that
That's right. Yeah, that's gonna be tough for a lot of people, and honestly, maybe even for me. Now, if
Mhm.
it takes a year for your
Right?
child to grow up and die, and that's one thing. If it's a month, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
But I mean, the great thing about the NFTs is if you're tired of playing the game, sell it, right? Like if
Right.
you want to take a break, sell your NFT. Someone else can put them to good use. I think and then if you want to come back, you buy back in or start over, whichever you want. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to really appeal to some people who want to really grind and rise the ranks, and then have people under them that are kind of working for them. I think it's a really cool idea for a game. I like the way that they've integrated the blockchain in a limited role. So I think the game should be pretty smooth. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more. I still think it's too early to say, is this something to get really hyped about or not? I think it's got some good promise. It's got some question marks, but we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I would agree that it will appeal to some people and turn other people away, but I think ultimately it's a an important idea, at least in the sense of like we just talked about Steppen. They kind of overpopulated their base of shoes because you effectively can breed them. You mint new shoes by mm, making a mommy and a daddy shoe fall in love, and but then the parent shoes just live forever also. So basically you're just
uh,
flooding the market and flooding and flooding and flooding. And there wasn't until recently, they did add an enhancement feature where you can burn 5 shoes to make like a better shoe. But yeah, there was the shoes were just being added. Nothing was ever burning them. So it is an important thing too if you have breeding like Axie did, and then Axie kind of crumbled as well because eventually there's just too many.
yep.
And so this is a cool way. It's definitely not the only way, but it's definitely a cool way to keep the burn NFTs so that they're not just flooding the market
You gotta have a
perpetually.
sync, and this is how they're
Right.
gonna this is how they're gonna do it. Now, the only thing weirder than buying and breeding shoes is going to be breeding, buying, and selling children,
Oh
which
God.
is is what Blocklords is going to be doing. So hopefully
This
they can
podcast is canceled. We can't talk about this anymore. This is
hopefully they keep us up after that. But yeah, it's gonna be it just feels weird to even write the article about it. Like hopefully they can come up with some new terminology, maybe an apprenticeship, maybe.
yeah.
Um, I don't
Y-
know. I
Maybe
don't know.
you
It's gonna be
can't
weird.
breed them until they're a certain age or something.
I really,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. We could
that
we
is
could get into dark places here.
yeah, this is weird. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot better when it's axes and little like cartoon things, and you're breeding them, or, whatever. It's fine, but like
Yeah.
these are I don't know human beings,
Huh.
or they represent humans, so it's gonna be the lexicon's got to evolve.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. That is a weird weird thing I didn't consider until right this moment. Thank you
That's what I'm
for
here for, to make it
making
awkward.
everyone consider these horrible things. Well, now that no one wants to play Block Lords, I think it's time we wrap it up, K Street. But I had a good time. Hope everybody had a good time as well. Learned a little something about Blocklords. Like K Street said, we'll definitely keep you guys up to date as more information comes to light. It's an interesting project for sure. I didn't know that much about it going in, so thank you, K Street, for enlightening me as well as the viewers. And K Street,
Absolutely. I had a great time and looking forward to the
yeah,
next episode.
awesome. Until next time, it's back to the lab for us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.